Hey guys, welcome to Module 4 of Acing That Client Interview series. I'm Jam and I'm your trainer for today. And guys, this is the ultimate guide for your client interview. So, tips and secrets, guys. Client interview tips and secrets. And I'm excited to go through this module with you guys. But before anything else, if you haven't joined Barangay VA community yet, then why? Kidding. Just go ahead and click that link in the description box and go through this onboarding process. So you'll know how to maximize our community, and at the same time, you'll get access to our free VA course and free SMM course. All right. So before I even start, let's start with this note. Come prepared or not at all. When it comes to applying, okay, make sure that you are prepared. And throughout this module, we will give you tips, or I will give you tips on how to prepare, how to actually prepare for that, client interview or that application. Number one is, you have to be able to know the sources of clients, like where do you find clients? Okay. And there are three. First is agency, second is direct, and the third one is referral. You've probably known these two already, like you guys are familiar with the two already, which is agency clients, which is better because you will get, the services such as what they call this. They'll find clients for you. If you lose a client, they'll find you another one. Some of them provide training, so you prepare or equip before you face your client. They will be the ones who will process all your papers for your client. At the same time, they will be the ones who will, um, you know, make sure that your payments are in full and on time and correct. All right. So these are the services they provide to you. So stop shading on agencies because you don't know how the business runs. So if they promise to give you like $5 an hour, you will get that in full. Okay. What they charge the client is none of your business anymore because the rest of the percentage of the money they get from the client, okay, on top of what you get is, is for the company. It's for their operating expenses to make sure that, the agency continuously and smoothly runs. Okay, so that you earn and they earn at the same time. All right, it goes to a lot of channels already. So stop it. If you don't know how to run an agency, just stop it. Okay. So that's the reason why they also get a portion of what they charge, because of course they serve you. All right. And if you don't want that, go to direct clients. Okay, and face all the departments. Be the departments. Be part of all the departments. You'll be the marketing. You'll be the HR. You'll be the salesperson. You'll do everything on your own. Get that amount of money on your own, a bit higher, but mind you guys, sometimes and most of the time, I mean, direct clients doesn't pay high unless you be able to sell yourself and you can justify the price, your offer price. Okay, but with direct clients, there are risks. All right, you are not super secure, then this is prone to scamming. So if you are not confident yet to, represent yourself alone as a business, and you don't know how to be able to approach that client and really do all these things, then I still recommend you start with agency. All right. Once you're good at it already, you got the hang of it, then you can get direct clients after, in all means. And if you're doing great, you're doing amazing, you have testimonials, there are proven records or track records already, and you have a network that knows how you perform, how you guys are performing as a business, then most likely you'll get referral clients, which is something that you do not apply to. This is the time where your friends or your current client refers you to another client, okay? Because they know how you work already. And this is the time where you don't need to search for clients anymore, because clients will come to you instead, because you are already credible and you have a proven track record. All right. And this is a time where you do not sell yourself anymore because they know who you are and how you work and the impact that you make. So, agency, direct, and referral. How do you actually get clients? There are two methods. So this is more of lead generation. There's the push and pull method. When you say push, this is where you do cold emails, cold calls, cold messaging, all those cold stuff. So this is you reaching out to clients. So that is the push method. But when you say pull method, this is you attracting clients. So this is through content creation. So you attract clients through content creation. Um, this is when clients create, communities with all these webinars and all these creative ways on how to attract clients. So in my case, I do both. All right. So it's always good to do both. Instead of just chasing them, you have to attract them too. Because it's easier for you to chase them if you've already attracted them. So ako, me, I focus on the pull method. I create a lot of content online. I built my own community. I was able to get brand deals because of that. I was able to grow my social media pages and they know me already, so it's easier for me to push. Actually, I do 80%, 90% of pull and 10% of push. Usually they come to me already. So again, that's the two ways on how to do lead gen, push and pull method. So which one do you prefer? Comment below. Next is you have to shine. You have to learn how to shine. All right. What does shine mean? Okay. First is you have to learn if you have to be able to solidify your business plan. And for you, that's already a check. Number two, have a whatever it takes mindset, which means because as a freelancer, your breakfast, lunch, and dinner and midnight snack is rejection. You need to be able to devour that rejection and move forward after because it's normal. Next is you have to and sorry, that means also that whatever it takes, you have to push for that goal. Next is I or invest on education. You have to be able to bridge all those skill gaps and be better. You have to keep on learning so you can, provide better services and you can innovate new ways on how to help your clients. Letter N is network and connect with like-minded people because the more you network, the more you can get connections. You get to know, you get to meet new people. They can refer you to their clients. You can refer them to their clients. So the more you connect, the more opportunities you can get. Okay, so sabi nga nila, just like what they say, your network is your net worth. The more you connect and the more you network with people, okay, the more opportunities you can have or you'll get. And how do you network with people in the communities that you join, FB groups, through events, through networking events, through exclusive communities. So these are paid communities. All right, you get to know people because the thing with paid communities, it means that they have better quality, network inside or people inside that community. So network and connect with like-minded people. And lastly, letter E or effortlessly sell yourself creatively. So attract versus change, just like what I mentioned earlier. I do pull method versus push method through social media marketing and community building. So that's how you shine, and that's what I did. That's why I'm shining now as well. Okay. Next, interview preparations, guys. Very simple. Just a simple checklist for everyone. Okay. Dress appropriately. This is okay. Collared shirt is okay. You don't have to wear like coat and tie and stuff. As long as you're not wearing sando or a pambahay or a sleeping gown or whatever, then you're good. You're very okay. Next is wear light makeup. Make sure that you're presentable, especially for the ladies. Quality such as the lighting, background, audio, and video. We talked about this previously already. You guys know about it already. Stable and backup Wi-Fi connection. Make sure that if your main Wi-Fi is not working or unstable, especially if it's raining hard, then you must have a backup Wi-Fi on already and connected so that once the first one don't work or acts up, you're still good to go because you can still connect to the backup Wi-Fi. Prepare and research. You guys know about this already. Prepare and research. Get to know who are you gonna talk to in the future interview so you can share more insights about this person. Conversational English is very, very important. Again, it's not perfect English, but conversational English. Humor and personality as well, because people don't just look at skills and your how the way you speak, but also your personality. That's how they base it. And of course, updated portfolio and your experience, or when it not just portfolio but profile and experience and exposure is very, very important because that's how you will be able to sell yourself properly to your client in the interview. Next is be prepared with some of these, common interview questions. Of course, as someone who recruits, we normally not just ask about these questions that I will flash in the future on the next slides, but we will really go through every job experience that you indicated, and we will ask questions about it. So it's more about you and your experience. We will ask thorough questions and procedurals to make sure that what you actually added there in that resume or intro video are true. Okay, so you should be able to be ready to talk about, the thought process about everything that you added there. So that's when we can gauge if you're really experienced and if you're a great match for this specific client. But some of the interview questions are like, tell me something about yourself. This is normally at the first part of the interview. So how do you go about it? So base your answer on the job or job qualifications or requirements. So that's the reason why it's important that you actually what do you call this? You actually read the job description. Just for example, they're looking for a social media for an experienced social media manager, 1 year of experience, someone who knows how to do video editing using CapCut and basic graphic using Canva. So how do you actually answer that? Okay. Hi, I'm Jam. I am a social media manager for a year already, and I've read your job description for this specific post. I know you're looking for someone who is already good when it comes to Canva for your graphics and CapCut for your video editing. So this is something that I am absolutely equipped and good at. I've been doing this for more than a year already, actually. And this is something that I do to myself and to my previous client and current clients at the same time because I'm a content creator myself. So I do this on a daily basis. And then next is you back it up with a proof. If you want to see my work, I can link my portfolio right here, but I believe I linked already my portfolio in my application. So you can check that out. And I'm very excited to work with you. Something like that. So base it on the qualifications and the requirements. Next is among the rest, why should I hire you? This is a very tricky one. Why? Because they can gauge your personality or your attitude here. So instead of comparing yourself to others, never compare. Okay, base it on the job qualification and requirements once again and back it up with proof. So it's kind of the same with the other one. So what you can say is that because what happen if what will happen if you compare yourself to other people and you don't even know the other people, you will sound rude. So what how do you go about it? So it's like something like this. So sorry, I cannot compare myself to other people because I don't know them, but I know that I'm the best fit for this job because based on your qualifications, blah blah blah, and then you back it up with proof. So that's how you actually attack this question. Situational questions. There are times that and most of the time clients will ask this like, was there a time or given the situation dot dot dot. So I'm sure they will ask this and you've experienced this before and you came across this before. So and most of the time when they do that, you're clouded, you are shocked, you don't have this, train of thoughts ready. So it's important when you answer these kinds of questions, you are organized. And that's why I want to introduce to you the STAR method. So S for situation, T for task, A for action, and R for result. Okay, when you say situation, guys, what was the current situation? When you say task, what was the goal of the client? What did the client tell you to do? Next, action. What did you do regardless, given the situation? I mean, given the situation, what did you do to make things happen? And then R, what was the result? What was the impact upon doing it? So, for example, a client would ask you like, was there a time jam that there was a huge typhoon in your area and a client gave you a deadline, okay, and you know there's no electricity, there's no reception. How did you go about it? And can you share that, can you share that actual moment based on your experience? So how do you answer that? Like, for example, you start with S, situation. I remember that back 2020, when I was in an island called Siargao, there's a huge typhoon, unexpected when it comes to the impact. And there wasn't any Wi-Fi anymore, no reception, no electricity, and it was a really bad moment. But my client, letter T na tayo, told me that I have to be able to submit the specific output on Friday because that's the deadline. And there's no way to do it because again, it's all dead in the island. There's no electricity and all. There's no reception and Wi-Fi and all. What I did was I found a way to actually get a boat going to the nearest island or location with electricity and all. So I took that boat. The next day I'm in that island already. There's electricity, there's internet, there's reception. I was able to check in and accomplish all my tasks. And because of that, result na tayo. And because of that, I was able to meet the deadline. I and yeah, my client was happy. So STAR method, situation, task, action, result. So what you can do is based on the job description, you can already list possible questions, possible situational questions, write it on paper, and then ilagay mo doon, STAR. Put the guide answers already. STAR. And then so if that happens during the interview, you can confidently, answer these situational questions already. Hope that's a game changer for you. Next is what are your strengths and weaknesses? This is a very tricky one. Okay, let's start with strength. Let's go one by one. When it comes to strength, base it on the feedback of your previous client, manager, or mentor. It's always more credible and best if you base it on their testimonials versus you just praising yourself. So, how do you go about that? You can say, with my strength, I remember what my previous client told me that I am very organized and I always make sure that I make things happen on time because blah, 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 blah. Then you talk about the specific situation. So always base it on what your previous client or manager told you, their testimony. When it comes to weaknesses, okay, it's important to be true, but at the same time, you don't want to ruin your image right away during that interview. So what you have to do is the following. Base it on the job description, be honest and back it up with action plans, give past experiences and tell how you coped and improved on it, and assure that everything is under control already. For example, think of a specific struggle that you're able to, turn things around already. Like, for example, Before, I remember I was really bad when it comes to, grammar or content writing, because I'm not super good when it comes to, because back then I wasn't really good when it comes to, content writing, English writing. But what I did was I enrolled in a course that helped me, be better when it comes to content writing or English writing. At the same time, I use tools such as Grammarly and ChatGPT, and I was able to partner with those tools to make sure that when I write something, it's not AI like, but it's a personalized one, and it's very human. And because of that, I've been doing that for the past months already. And based on the feedback of my clients, I'm getting better. I'm 10 times better at it. And yeah. And I want to make sure and I want to assure you that I will do the same for you if you choose to get me. So you talked about your weakness, but you talked about how you turn things around and you assure that person or that client that you are better at it now and it's under control. So that's how you actually, answer the strengths and weaknesses question. All right. Hope that helps. Next, what do you know about our company? As I mentioned earlier, it's very important that before you actually attend this, interview, it's important that you know or you've done your research about that company. So you have to research about the following, no? What they are known for, the products and services, why do you admire the company, and feedback from a friend or a family who works there. Okay. Because it shows interest. Like when you say feedback from a friend or family, like I did my research already. I know that you guys are known for this product. And based on reviews, I've seen that you guys are doing a great job. I've seen all your testimonials in your websites and in your Facebook page. I admire the company because based on, all your posts and the feedback of my family who actually works there right now as a social media manager, you guys take care about their, the well-being of your VAs, which is something that attracted me. Yada yada yada. So it shows interest. So it's important that you do your research. All right. Next is what are your salary expectations? This is normally for, um direct clients when they talk about like what's your expected salary? All right, what are your rates? So instead of answering directly, ask for the scope of work. For example, hey Jam, what's your salary range for this? And I'd say, what will I do first? What is the scope of work? And then this person will enumerate everything, blah blah blah, step one, step two, step three. Okay. And then what you can do next is, provide the monthly salary range. You can say like, okay, with this scope of work, yada yada yada, step one, step two, step three, I normally charge for this much per month. Okay. And then of course, it will include the following already. Blank, 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 blank. Okay. And then if the client negotiates and so what when and usually they negotiate and they would say like I don't have a budget for that. I only have this much budget per month. Okay. Instead of rejecting the offer, and if it's reasonable, guys, then okay, you can meet halfway. All right, we can work on that monthly budget, but except what I can deliver with that type of budget are only the following. Blah 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 blah. Is that okay? So we can meet halfway. And then if they agree, then you're good to go. Then you close that client and then you can prepare that agreement. They can have that signed already and make them pay for that first half already. If not, then maybe you have to reject that offer and move forward to the next one. So that's how you actually go about this question. Hope that helps. And lastly, do you have any questions? Which is a very tricky one because again, it sparks interest. It shows that you're interested to actually push through with that client. So some questions or smart questions are the following. What's the work culture of the company? It means that you're really interested to join and you're really curious about how the people work inside. How do you actually handle the employees? And that you're serious about it. Next is, do you have questions about me or my resume I can address before I leave? It shows that you're really eager to come in and you're really eager. It's like you're telling them that, hey, I really want to get in. There might be things that you need to hear from me that I was able to tell you. So please let me know so I can answer it right now. See, number three, what is the direction of the company 5 years from now? It shows that it's given the impression that you are for long term, that you want to stay here for long term. And lastly, how will my performance be measured? It shows that you're really, really objective, you're really serious about this, and you really want to make sure that you are making results, that you're action oriented, that you're a go getter. So these are some smart questions. It's important that you actually ask a question, a smart question. And this usually happens at the end of the, interview. Hope that helps. Hey, and how do you handle rejections? Because it's our breakfast, lunch, dinner, and midnight snack. All right. Here are some tips. Accept the result that you failed, but have a positive mindset. Okay. Do not do pity party. Don't pity on yourself. Have a positive mindset that, boost yourself that it's okay. It's just one client. It doesn't define who I am as a business. Best to know where to improve on. You can ask the employer or the client or the recruiter or the hiring manager and then improve on those weaknesses. Get those points and improve on those weaknesses. Learn from that experience and move forward and never stop trying. Because if you stop there, then you will fail as a business. And rejection really happens. Even people who are experienced already, and there are many, many reasons why they reject you. It's not just because of your competency, but of course, there's a culture fit. They will check if your personality fits their culture. There's also preference when it comes to hiring a person, not just because of skills, but personality and stuff. There are qualifications that you didn't meet, but it doesn't mean that you're not great. It doesn't mean that you're not competent. Okay, there are many reasons why, but it doesn't mean that you're a bad business, that you're not doing great, that you're nothing, that you're not capable. It's not like that. They just have their own preferences. And all you have to do is to accept, okay, learn, okay, and improve and then move forward again and apply again. That's the secret. To handle rejections, it will hurt. It will hurt a lot at first, but you get used to it. I got used to it, so that's totally fine. That's part of the grind. And some tips on how to spot scammers, because there are a lot of scammers online. One is if they ask for money, you're not supposed to pay for money to get a client. So if someone asks money from you for you to be able to get hired, that's most likely a scam. That's most likely a um, pyramiding type of business. So uh, these are networking businesses. So scam. That's not a legit job. If you can find their business on LinkedIn or their website, if you can search for their website, then that's most likely a scam. But if it's a startup business, they would usually tell you that we're kind of building the website right now and we already created our profile, but there's nothing in there yet. That's why I'm hiring someone to do all this stuff for me. Then that's most likely a legit one. But if not, then it's something to consider that it might be a scam if you can find that specific business online. Next is too much grammar error, especially on their landing pages, on their websites, or in their pages, or when they message you. Okay, grammar error. That's usually a scam. Too good to be true. If they offer something really shiny that will attract you, if it sounds, especially if it's high paying and you have to do minimal tasks only, and if it seems so easy to do, and if it seems so instant, okay, and very, very attractive, then usually that's a scam. All right. So that's what too good to be true means. Um, Usually these are the people who would constantly approach you for an opportunity that looks, that looks too shiny but very easy. So these are scams normally. If they are getting initially, yeah, during the initial interview, or even from that initial outreach message, they're looking for your bank details and personal identification, then that is a scam because they will never ask for that. They will only ask for that if you're already, connected with them, if you pass the interviews or the recruitment process. And normally or usually, they don't ask for IDs. As a freelancer, they will never ask for IDs, but some agency does. All right. Of course, they'll ask for your bank accounts so they can pay you, but normally after the recruitment process if you are matched already with the client. All right. And if it's an instant hire, if it's too easy for you, if they make it sound super easy for you to get in, then that can be a scam, not 100%, but sometimes it can be a scam. So yeah, that's it. Thank you so much. I hope you learned from this module. I hope this guide really helped you a lot. If yes, then go ahead and like, subscribe, and and make sure that to hit that notification bell so you'll be updated with our future manuals. And comment below your learnings, okay, from this module. And I'll see you guys again on the next video manual, which is the last one. All right. See you there, guys.